The seriousness of the conduct on the part of Mr. Singh is this. Ms. Khan lied to Parliament, and that's bad enough. But Mr. Singh, on the other hand, if what the committee found is correct, not only lied, but lied under oath. And not only that, but this was in proceedings before a select committee of Parliament conducting a formal inquiry and tasked with finding out the truth. And there's also the question of the consequences of a lie in this context, because it would, if believed, have had a bearing on the punishment to be meted out to Ms. Khan. The lies would have determined the fate of another MP who was being looked at before the Committee of Privileges. And that is a different order of seriousness altogether. That is a Part 5 offence under the PPIPA. And that is the reason why the committee had recommended referring Mr. Singh to the public prosecutor. The other thing is that it would mean that Ms. Khan was following his guidance when she lied on 4th of October, and that is also very serious. So, given the seriousness of the matter, it would be the fairest course of action to all concerned to refer it to the PP. The PP will have the opportunity to consider all evidence afresh, including new evidence, in deciding whether or not to prefer criminal charges against Mr. Singh. It would also give Mr. Singh the opportunity to defend and vindicate himself with legal counsel if criminal charges are brought. And fourth, the matter would be adjudicated by the courts, which are independent. In the case of Mr. Faisal, his refusal to produce documents or answer questions can also amount to an offence under the PPIPA, and that is a Part 5 offence. So the committee has recommended that he also be referred to the public prosecutor, and this is addressed in paragraph 2 of the second motion. Apart from the offences to be referred to the public prosecutor, there remain the following potential offences under the PPIPA that need to be dealt with by Parliament: dishonourable conduct and contempt of Parliament on the part of Mr. Singh for lying to the committee and for his role in guiding Ms. Khan to lie to Parliament. The committee has recommended that Parliament defer any action on this until the criminal proceedings, if any, are completed. And this is dealt with in paragraph 3.1 of the second motion. Then there's dishonourable conduct and contempt of Parliament on the part of Ms. Lim and Mr. Faisal for lying about the 8th August meeting and for their initial concurrence in the guidance to maintain the lie by agreeing that it should be taken to the grave. Likewise, the committee has recommended that any decision on this be deferred until the outcome of the referral of Mr. Singh's conduct to the public prosecutor. And this is dealt with in paragraphs 3.1 and 3.2 of the second motion. So in conclusion, the conduct of Mr. Singh and Mr. Faisal will be considered by the public prosecutor under the criminal justice process. Parliament will only consider the remaining issues, if any, after the criminal justice process has taken its course, by which time we will have the benefit of what emerges from that process. It is the fairest way forward for all.